Okay guys, today's going to be something a little different. You've seen my cars. I've got 4 of them. You've seen I've got the Corvette, of course. In the background, you've seen my Honda S2000, and you've also seen my truck, my 2015 GMC Sierra 1500. But this is my Toyota Prius. It's a 2018 Toyota Prius. This is my daily driver, just because it saves me money and gets excellent gas mileage. But the battery is dead. And when I say the battery, let me be specific. Not the main battery that powers the car. It's the 12-volt battery. We'll get inside and try and start it so you can see the symptom that it will give. Sorry, it tried to connect to my phone via Bluetooth there, and it knocked me off. But that's what it's doing. See, I've already started the engine, but it's telling me to depress the brake pedal and push power switch to start. There you go, low 12-volt battery, and then it just turns off. So the battery is definitely dead. So let's talk about what it's going to take to replace it. We have to start by opening the hood. I believe that's where it's at. There are some Priuses that have the battery in the front, and there's some that have it in the back. It's trying to start. There we go. And if I can find it, there it is. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. There's the stand for it. Why is it not coming out? Let me turn this off and do it. I'll be back. Okay, that's better. So you've got this stand here that's attached to this clip there, and it slides in and locks in place, and it goes down to a hole in the frame right there. And over here is the battery. I probably need to put some more fluid in that too, but so we'll pop this up. And there's the positive side, and there is the negative side. Ooh, that's looking a little rusty. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the negative off first. You always take off the negative first, then we'll take the positive off. And when we put the battery back in, we'll put the positive on first, and we'll put the negative on next. So I'm going to find out what size sockets these are. It's probably 10 millimeter is my guess. And there's the battery hold down. That's probably a 12 or a 13 millimeter. So let me see what I've got. I'll come back and tell you what it takes to get this out. Hey, so my guess was right. Those are 10 millimeter sockets, and the battery hold down is a 12 millimeter. So let's go ahead and get those off. We'll see if I can do this one-handed. Switch hands here. Get my finger out of the way. That's easy enough. That just came right off. That has something that prevents that nut from coming off, so you can't lose it. So that's a good thing. And from the side, he's not on there very tight. So that's a good thing, I think. From a different angle. Why don't you want to just pull off? All right, let me play with this and I'll be back. Okay, so what I needed to do here was just work this off. This was kind of, it wasn't rust welded on or anything. It was just very, very tight and very difficult to get off. So I just needed both hands to just work it free and pull it straight up. And then it came right away. So now we'll take that out. And that was the 12 millimeter. 12 millimeter. Let me get this set up and I'll come back. It's easier just to spin it in. Love working on new cars. It's so easy to get the bolts off of, most of the time anyway. And it's almost loose. That's a long bolt. That's what she said last night. Okay. That's it for the battery hold down. And that came out, so that went in like that. All right, I'm gonna need both hands to lift this out, so I'll pull it out and we'll be back. Okay, well, there it is out, sitting on top of my yard waste container. There are no markings on the battery except for that. I don't see any like battery date on it like we have here in the States. So this definitely shipped from Japan, and it's 2018 and currently it's November of 2023, so the battery is 5 years old, so I'm sure it's well past its lifetime. So I'm going to take it up to the auto parts store, get a new one, and come back and we'll put it in. Okay, new battery bought. It was $189 with a 2-year warranty from Napa. It's $204 total. So I've already got it seated back in the spot. I'm going to put the battery tie down on, and then I'm going to hook up the battery, and then we'll get in the car and see what it does. All right down there, just out of focus, is where the battery tie down goes. So here's the metal piece. Get that down in there. hole lined up. And get it in the hole. Just get it finger tight, and then I'll get the socket. There we go. While work it in. There we go. It's nice and tight. Now I'll get my 10mm on and we'll change those, put those the leads back on. All right, now if you remember, I said you take off the negative first, then you take off the positive. When you put it back on, you reverse it. So you put the positive on first, then you put the negative back on. So cap off. I'll just get that. Slide down. Let's hit it a couple of times. Need to tighten this way first. Now this was a 10mm bolt. Sorry, it's all out of focus there. I was trying to hold it with my finger and that wasn't working very well. There we go. And I'm going to have to do this with both hands, so I'm going to have to put the camera down. One down, one to go. It would help if I took the cap off, wouldn't it? Tap that down just a little bit. All right, so I got the cap off of the other one. I got that one on. And it doesn't need to be too tight. And there we go. Now let's get in the car, get the keys, get in the car, and start this thing up. And make sure it doesn't explode. There was a message. Remember, I was getting that message. Hey, hey, looks good. It look good to me.